So it's day 16, and I've realized that I have a lot of concerts coming up kind of in quick succession. So I need to sit down and make a practice goal schedule thing. I did this in grad school and it really helped me. I broke things down, all of my pieces and excerpts and everything I was working on, into very small chunks. So the first page of Don Juan was one of the excerpts I was working on, and I broke it into 3 chunks, I believe, even though it's just a single page. So with all of these things that I have to learn for February, which I'm like not even counting the children's concerts that I have to play next week. I've got 3 concerts next month, and one of them has Tchaikovsky Symphony Number 4 and the Stravinsky Symphony in 3 movements. That's one program. And then right after that is a Bernstein program with American Youth Symphony, which I'm kind of forgetting the first 2 pieces, but the last one is definitely the West Side Story Symphonic Dances. But I don't even have that music yet, so I can't start learning it. And then after that, 3 weeks in a row, I have a concert up north. Okay, bye. And the concert up north has Appalachian Spring, Mahler's Adagietto, and the Mendelssohn Symphony Number 4, I think it is. I think it's number 4. My iPad is not cooperating. Yes, Symphony Number 4, Sorry, now my book is blocking the page. Anyway, I've got a lot of stuff to learn and not a lot of time to do it, because I think the first 2 weeks of February are going to be spent in LA, and then right after that I'm playing up north. So I really should have all of these programs prepared as much as possible before the rehearsals start, because it's 2 different groups in LA, but the concerts, like one concert finishes and then the next group starts their rehearsals the next day. So between that happening basically every day of the week and them being back to back, and the fact that I'm really hoping the 101 will be open, because that we drive down and back every day, so it's 2.5 hours on a bad day, 3, to get to LA where we need to be, and that is every day of the week up and back. So it's about 5 hours in the car plus a 2.5, 3-hour rehearsal. So that's most of my day. And of course, the rest of it is spent sleeping. And then I wake up and I have to go teach at a school or something, do what I can up here in town, or basically sleep in, wake up, eat lunch, get in the car and go back down to LA. So there's not a whole lot of time or energy for me to practice once that starts. So starting tomorrow, I think I'm going to be putting in some chunks of the orchestra music that I'm learning into these videos, instead of making videos of what I'm going to do tonight, which is just the first 4 Wolfhart etudes, sort of basically sight read. Because I practiced the Stravinsky, the first movement of the Stravinsky, a lot today. I haven't even managed to listen to the second or third movements of it. And I consider me a bad classical musician for not knowing anything about Tchaik 4 except for the finale. And there's some gnarly bits in the second violin part to that that I really need to look at and work through slowly, or else fake about 3 lines, which I think most people probably will be, because everybody else that's in these groups that I'm in is in school. So the amount of time that I spend sitting in the car, unable to actually practice at with touching my instrument, listening and looking at your part can do a lot, but it's not really helpful when there's lots of noodly stuff and intonation problems you need to work on. So the amount of time that I spend in the car unable to access my instrument is basically the amount of time these kids spend in classes, doing homework, possibly commuting to and from school, and practicing their own stuff for their recitals and their chamber music groups and their own school orchestras. So we're kind of all in the same boat as not having a whole lot of time to dedicate to the music that we're learning. And then those of us that are in both groups that have to learn these programs back to back are also kind of SOL on time to prepare. So anyway, here's some Wolfhart for your listening pleasure. And then tomorrow we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of basically what I do during the day, which is just sound bad while I'm trying to learn hard music. So these are the first, I think I'll do the first 4 etudes. I'm not gonna mess with any fancy bowings or anything. Because the only lights in this room are on that wall and a little bedside lamp right there, and if I move too much, then that lamp hits me in the eyeballs. So I moved my stand, and I'll move myself, and hopefully I won't blind myself anymore. So I like these etudes a lot because they're forcing me to use my 4th finger, which is something that has been perpetually out of tune for like my entire life. So this is putting the fourth finger work that I do in the scales and arpeggios in the mornings, working on learning where my fourth finger goes and making it sound good. This is putting that into practice in a rather simple context. So here's number 4, and then I'm going to go pour over my symphonies and songs and pieces and stuff and divide them up into some horrifying, sprawling schedule thing that I'll tape all over my bedroom wall, probably. So, starting tomorrow, you will get orchestral excerpts, but they won't be standard orchestral audition excerpts. They're going to be excerpts of the orchestra stuff that I need to learn in 10 days, 12 days, 15 days. I'm not sure when rehearsals start. And it sounds like Baron is destroying things, so I'm gonna go. I gave him leaf catnip for the first time today, and he's kind of losing his mind. So I will see you tomorrow on day 18.